In 2 seconds' time, we have Penny Parnell, who's the creative director of Not on the High Street. She's got a great entitled talk saying why the future of creativity should be fueled by the entrepreneurial spirit. Penny, you now have 99 seconds. It's over to you.
Great, thank you. Well, at Not on the High Street, we work with 5,000 of the UK's best small creative businesses, and they have been giving us a masterclass in creativity with their entrepreneurial spirit. So next slide, please. So according to Matt Ehrlichman, there are 5 signs of this, and the first one is have passion, so be driven by purpose. So you work because you want to change the world. And this is our partner, Lovelux London, who makes sustainable clothes because she really believes in saving the planet, for example. Secondly, push for better. This is another of our partners, My Little Desk, and they realised that during the pandemic, there were loads of kids who were being homeschooled that didn't have anywhere to work. So she created these cardboard desks and has been helping lots of people, and they've been going great guns. Thirdly, remain optimistic. So actually, loads of businesses were set up in a recession on a shoestring. This is one of our partners, Motherhood. She set up her business on just £400 because she wanted to empower women. So actually 82% of our small businesses are female-led businesses, so it's possible. Fourthly, take calculated risks. This is another of our partners, Modo Creative, who make these signs, and they hated the rat race, really wanted to spend more time with family. So they did their research, set up their business, and are now one of our £1 million partners. And finally, just get on with it. So another one of our partners, Clouds and Currents, she set up the business making these. She had a really bad leg injury, had to stop working. Did she moan? No, she just flipping got on with it. And that's brilliant. So next slide, let's learn from them. Let's support them. It's entrepreneurial spirit that's going to get us out of this. So go small or go home, even though you're probably at home.
Amazing. Wow.
I talk really fast.
Fantastic. Lots of questions. First one, I think lots of people will be thinking this from Tolkien. How can I nurture the entrepreneurial spirit at my company?
That's a very good question, Tolkien. I actually know Tolkien. So yeah, I think really it's just the last slide probably sums it up. It's having more of that rebellious spirit and just doing things your way. So just always sort of questioning the status quo and finding your own path through it.
Amazing. Question here from Freddie. Do you feel creative products are more important than creative marketing? Good question.
That's a really good question. I think both is the sweet spot, to be honest. I mean, we obviously are sort of famous for having really unique creative products on our site. But at the same time, I think, again, actually, if you look at small businesses, they've been doing a fantastic job of just really, really marketing things their way. I suppose they're sort of questioning, there's more freedom now than ever. So why sort of invest in a billboard if the words on the streets are stronger? You know, there's a real sort of rebellious creative spirit coming out, and I think we can learn a lot from that. So a bit of both, to be honest, is the honest answer to that. I thought Emily's Crisps did a brilliant job with their most recent campaign. So they crisps that are sold through a lot of independent retailers, and they'd already bought out of home space. Probably all have seen this. But what are you going to do with a billboard when nobody's on the streets? So rather than that, they changed their messaging to be really, really human and just sort of tap into what everybody was feeling. And of course, it got picked up and shared really, really widely. So I think it's just being creative and entrepreneurial with the space as much as anything else.
Amazing. You've had lots of comments about your background, so congratulations.
That's very kind.
Yeah. We've got too many questions to go through, but this is one I think sort of echoes lots of people. Darren asks, what do you think the high street will look like post-COVID in 3 years' time?
It's a really good question. I think, sadly, it's going to have changed a heck of a lot, as we can all imagine. I think almost, we've just done a survey, half of all small businesses are going to really struggle to be alive. They don't think they're going to still be going in a year's time. So I think it's really, really important that we support small more than ever. They've seen us through the pandemic. For them, they didn't have to learn to work from home because loads of them are doing it anyway. You know, we should really just follow their lead. I think it's going to be very, very different. I think there'll be a lot more online retail, but just support small. That's what I'd say.
Penny, we're up against time. Thank you so much. Amazing talk and great question answering. Thank you so much.
Thanks very much.